Alright, continuing in our little series about doing miniature work. Now here's the miniature that I just did for you. That's a standard miniature figure. No hat, no anything in the world, just a standard miniature figure that we've done together. And as we can see, I haven't painted him yet or anything like that. I'll paint these, most of these, as we go along. Now, I took the same pattern and I created now a little miniature with a hat. And we're going to do that one today, in other words. It's the same pattern. It's 1.5 inches thick, as you can see. But he's about 3.5 inches high because of the hat, in other words, okay? And not a whole lot more tall, but you can see the difference between the hat and the figure here. So our next project is going to be simply putting a hat on this figure and perhaps putting a arm on the outside or doing something like that. But we're going to gradually work through that. In other words, this is 1.5 inches thick. And basically what Harley has done in his book, as you see, is he creates all these characters basically from the patterns are not a whole lot different in their shape and their size. But he's done what Jack Price has done for years. Created compact characters. He's created different characters, miniature characters, from one exact pattern, and that's exactly what Jack Price did, who I consider the godfather of compact characters. So all we're going to do here to change a little bit, oh, that fell, is now, there goes my pencil. People, I tell you what. Okay, here's our character right here. All right, now he's going to have a hat on him. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's just go ahead, but we're going to be careful here because this is thin in here. When you deal with a character, we're just going to take a little bit off the top of this hat. Okay? Now we want to be careful. We don't want to get rambunctious and get too crazy. Okay? And we start taking a little bit off the top of this hat here. Now all I did was draw this. Harley has the patterns in his but all I'm doing, I'm not trying to copy him. I'm just, because as you can see, my figures are a lot different than his as far as is the way they look and stuff. And I'm gonna draw this here. This is where the hat comes down over the person, and I'm going to begin to take the upper portion. And please carve, don't go at it like a wild man now, okay? Don't do that. This is a small figure, and the brim of a hat this small can be easily broken. So let's just be calm, and slowly but surely we'll begin to bring this figure down, okay? This figure will be 3.5 inches, about 3.5 inches high whenever we're through with it. Most of your compact characters, like I said, Mr. Price's figures were around 2 inches, a little bit too small for me. And a lot of that has to do with my eyes too. I can't see the detail of something that small sometimes. So we just begin to remove wood on each side, and do it on it, go from side to side, because you don't want to as you look at it, see, I'm taking it from side to side so that we can kind of come in the middle Kind of on the edges. We're just going to kind of, not round, but sort of begin our process here of making it shape, sort of a round shape. See that? You look at it from the top here. You want to get your shape first. There. See that? That's not perfectly round, but there's enough taken off now. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is to separate the brim here of the hat from the face or the head. And you do that by simply bringing back over here, same way, cut along there, and slowly begin to remove the wood away from the brim of the hat. Okay, now let's look at that. See? Very slowly we're removing the areas. And remember, the brim of the hat is it's brittle, so we want to take it slow. We don't want to get in a hurry. Okay, my time's about up.